I want to continue the Peyton discussion, okay? Ben Hochman, a colleague of yours at the Denver Post, wrote a column today. Thank you. You want a piece?
I'm good, thank you.
Ben Hochman wrote a column today.
This is good.
I'm going to have some
where
later,
he said, once again, this season is all about Peyton Manning. Is it all about Peyton Manning, or is it less about Peyton Manning?
The story is Peyton, because it could be his last season in the NFL. If they're going to win, it's going to be, for me, about their defense and ability to run the ball. We've seen the Peyton Manning story.
That's why I want to sit in on a defensive meeting, because I agree with that.
The story of Peyton can't get any better outside of him winning the Super Bowl. He's broken barely every record possible. 2 years ago, he had the greatest season in NFL history.
No, there's 2 left.
What's that?
2 records.
What's the all-time?
Most wins.
Most wins.
And most yardage.
Yeah, the yardage. Yeah, it's not like you go down the street reciting that. It's not like the all-time home run record. But for him, that's fair.
What he does.
That's fair.
Most wins. John Elway retired. It was important to him when he
the
retired.
wins ones, totally, I agree. And for Peyton, who won like basically 11, 12 games every year of his career, it would mean something. But the story, if they're going to get to the goal they want, Les, is going to be, can they run the football? Can they play an aggressive style defense? In talking to multiple players over the last few weeks, it's been made very clear to me, and TJ Ward said it publicly, they did not like last year's defense. They thought it was entirely too vanilla. TJ Ward said that. Like, I didn't like the 4-3.
We had him on the show. We've had him twice. He said it both times.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't like the 4-3. I mean, I did what they asked me to do. His dad's a coach. He's a coachable player, but he admitted, I was basically square peg, round hole. I mean, I'm playing linebacker. That's not what I want to do. I want to play safety and light guys up like the Vegas Strip, and I'm out here playing linebacker at 210 pounds. Their defense should be better, and it's going to be better. How much, though, Woody? How much can we expect of DeMarcus Ware at this point in his career? Is Von Miller capable of taking another step? I think he is, but how much better can they be? Woody, can they be a contender in that way through their defense with Peyton Manning on the team?
I spend entirely too much time in my life thinking about whether the window is closed. And right now, sitting here with you 2 guys today, I think the window's closed.
Already?
Right now, today.
Not open a crack?
I'm sure.
Not even a crack?
You're asking me in April before the draft. I don't know who they're going to draft. I don't know. But I just have this feeling that the best team they had was the team that lost to Baltimore.
I agree. That was the year to win.
That was a window. That was a window that was open like this. Then the record-setting year, that was about Peyton. That became all about Peyton setting all the records, and this offense was it the best offense of all time? Maybe so. And they went to the Super Bowl, and they got blown out. Then that window got lower, but they were able to get out the window and get to the Super Bowl. And if you're talking about it, I thought despite those additions last year, the window kind of stayed where it was the year before because other teams were getting better. I see the window. Have you ever tried to crawl through a window? It's not easy. It's not easy when it's like this. It's not slammed shut, but I think it's closing. So I also don't think...
Is there anything they can do to open that window a little bit more this year?
Well, that's what they did. John Elway realized it more than any of us that window's closing here because I'm going to have to start over again with Brock or whoever it might be. And the other point about John Elway, he's not going to be here forever either.
Right.
I mean, people forget that.
Well,
John Elway didn't take this job over to make it his life's work. He wants to play golf and hang out with Paige.
Well,
does Paige, his wife Paige.
Opening the window a little bit more mean asking Peyton to ratchet back and not take so much on his shoulders? And is there going to be pushback from Peyton on that?
Well, I'm sure there will because I equate it to when I covered Todd Helton. They made it very clear to Todd, less is more. Play 125, 130 games, and you can be more productive than playing 150 hurt 25 of those games. And it's not in their, you mentioned DNA, it's not in their DNA. This is how they get to this point, Woody, and you've covered way more professional athletes than I have. The greatest professional athletes are wired in a way that most of us could never imagine. They are unhealthy in their desire to compete. There will be pushback, but that's where Kubiak has to say, we've tried it your way for these years. It's not winning you a title.
How will it be accepted, Troy? How will Peyton accept that?
I think he's going to accept it.
Elway had to accept it at one point in his career.
And he's going to accept it, Woody, because he's part of the change. If they had gone to him and said, Peyton, this is your new offense, run it, we don't care if you like it, it would have been a huge failure. Instead, they're saying, come in here, come in the room, let's figure this out together. Because they included him, Kubiak did from the moment he took the job. He's like, we're going to make this work together. I think it's going to be fine. How efficient he can be, we don't know. But by including him, that made a huge difference, Woody.